This is DJ Lance Rock, former Amoeba employee and host of Yo Gabba Gabba. I'm here at the world-famous Amoeba with the world-famous Bootsy Collins.
The name is Bootsy, baby. I'm so glad to be here with you, DJ.
All right.
Watch the boy play the bass like Godzilla. Watch me pimp the mic like a gorilla. In a Snoop DeVille when I go get her. Now I'm dressed to kill when you see me with her. How I make you feel just a little bitter. You can take a pill to try to feel better, or you can ask Bootsy to help you get her. Oh yeah, play on, play.
This has nothing to do with music, but he kind of helped me get through my childhood a little bit. He kind of gave us the go-ahead to just be what we wanted to be, you know?
And to laugh about it.
Yeah.
And to laugh about it.
That was key. To laugh about it was key.
So black people, we the first people had thought, right? We was the first one to say,
where the fuck am I? And how do you get to Detroit?
When he's telling a story about his grandma making him get a switch to whoop him,
yes.
You can relate to that in a way.
Oh,
but it's real funny.
In a way, it was funny and it was real.
Absolutely.
This is Brother Lonnie Mack. When I first started playing, when I was like 9 years old, my brother used to practice, you know, a lot of guitar, and they used to play a lot of Lonnie Mack songs.
Wow.
And so I started listening to Lonnie Mack. I never got the opportunity to meet him when I was a kid up until like around 2005. So I got a chance to tell him how he inspired me, you know, because I learned all of his songs.
Wow, that's amazing. I
on
didn't know
guitar,
that. That's
I
great.
was playing guitar.
Genuine house rockin' music, they called it.
And the key too, it was like, most of it was like instrumentals.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
And I mean, it gave you an opportunity to play, you know? So that was cool. And this cat, Howlin' Wolf.
Howlin' Wolf.
You know, my favorite one was Built for Comfort, Not for Speed, you know?
And look at him, you know that this man is no
he
joke
meant,
here.
He
this
meant
man
it.
is no
He meant
joke.
every minute of it, you know, you could tell. I got an opportunity a few years ago to go up in Chicago where they originally recorded at.
Wow.
And not his wife, but Willie Dixon. His wife actually let me take his bass out of the case, his upright bass. And it was one of those moments, you know.
That's a moment. Just hearing about it is a moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man, what can you say?
What can you say?
Tell me what I say. I mean, come on, Ray. I mean, you know, everybody, you know, and his mama kind of grew up on this cat here. This cat here was just phenomenal.
tell me what I say. Tell me what I say right now. Tell me what I say. Tell me what I say, yeah.
My dad's from Memphis, so
Yeah.
that fusion of country
Right,
and blues
right.
came together, and
Yeah.
he did that really well.
You can tell he had that whole mixture thing going on.
He really
you know?
helped make that soul music.
And when he
Absolutely.
sung America, oh man, I mean, it don't get no better than that.
It doesn't get any better than
You
that.
know?
Too bad they made him a California raisin.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You know,
Buddy
buddy
guy.
guy. Come on, man.
Got a few scars from the battles I won, 'cause I'm 74 years young. Yes, I am.
A lot of times when I was coming up, I didn't actually get a chance to meet these guys. And I actually got a chance to meet him and play with him on the Hendrix tour.
That must have been
So that
incredible.
was a couple of years ago. So I really got a chance to, you know, let him know how great of an influence he's been.
And just all these cats, like, you know, and, you know, B.B. King, who just passed recently.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he was just playing almost up until the end. And
That's
just,
right.
Like decades and decades
Yeah,
of just
yeah.
playing this great music and inspiring so many people.
They left it all on stage, and that's the way to go. If you in it like that, and you know, our generation and the generations before us, they were in it like that. You know, it was all about whatever you had to give the people, give it all. You know, it wasn't I'm gonna give you half and keep that.
Well, it wasn't like you saw this was a once-in-a-lifetime performance, because it's gonna be different every time.
That was part of the beauty of it, you know? Now, this was the Superfly thing, but Curtis in general was just a different kind of cat. I mean, you know.
Beautiful soul.
Yeah. This album represented a change that was going on in our communities and stuff. But the music that Curtis, you know, brought to the table was just, you know.
Funky.
Yeah.
Superfly. You're gonna make your fortune by and by. But if you lose, don't ask no questions why. The only game you know is do or die.
He had a mixture of things going on with the guitar too that most people didn't really understand or
Absolutely, but like,
or
even
could
with
do
the
it.
impressions,
Yeah.
he was doing that. And so
Yeah.
when he came out with this, and it was even more.
Right. Speaking of guitar players, another underrated one was, remember we were looking for Bobby Womack.
He's the best. He's the best across 110th Street.
It don't get no better than that era, man.
Unfortunately, no one has a perm like Ron O'Neal anymore.
Right,
but,
right. This is another original. I mean, this cat here.
Darling, you send me honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. Whoa.
And all these cats had a certain tragedy in their voice. I mean,
Absolutely.
like whatever it was they were feeling, it just came out like that, you know? And it made it real to the people, I think. The people just, they felt what the artist was feeling.
Absolutely.
You know?
And the fact that you have it on vinyl,
Oh,
like
man.
Prince says in
Yeah.
Under a Cherry Moon.
Yes.
Where
yes.
do you go to get your Sam Cooke album?
Yeah.
At the record store.
That's it. At the record store. That's it. See, this is another cat, man. Wilson, the Wicked Picket.
The Wicked Picket.
You know? Mustang Salad. And the music, man. I mean, all of that stuff was just so raw and so real. Those cats really inspired me.
I can imagine.
You know, being a musician was a little different because you were kind of treated like, you know, you're kind of like the scum of the earth. But at the same time, you know.
I don't think that's changed.
Right.
But
as far as I was concerned, you know, that was it. You know, music was it. These cats that were doing stuff like Wilson, Otis, they gave us a chance to be highlighted kind of in the background, you know? Oh, man. All right, so we're going to go to New Orleans a little bit with Dr. John.
I've been in the wrong place, but it must have been the right time. I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong song.
When I first heard this, you know, it kind of reminded me of George's voice. You know, George Clinton.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. When I first heard it, this was before I got with George.
I can imagine, like, you know, here's this cat, and he's got this interesting voice. The meters are playing
And they're playing with him, you know, it's like, who else is it gonna be?
Oh, speaking of
and
the
then
meters.
speaking of the meters,
Look at that.
you know, these boys were too funky. They were too funky for their own good. What was it? Do 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 do. Ding, gang, gang. I used to play in clubs. This was before I got with James, and that was one of the songs we played.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. My brother was like 8 years older than that.
Okay.
So all of these cats were like, they were like happening. And I was growing up on it. It was like, my eyes was like, whoa.
That must have been incredible.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
You know, you hear something like chicken strut or something like that, and it's just like, wow.
I mean,
and
these
look at that,
cats
and
just-
look at them outfits.
Yeah.
Just keep on stuck. Just keep on stuck. Just keep on stuck.
Rick Nelson.
I know this seems kind of strange,
No.
but the Nelson family thing on TV,
Uh-huh.
when we first got our TV set, that was one of the shows that was on, you know. And Ricky Nelson would, you know, break out his guitar.
Bring out his guitar and
you
do a
know,
little-
and start
a
doing
few
this little
songs.
thing. It's like, yeah.
Well, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do for you. Yes, baby, for you.
And the girls was following him too, so you know, it's
Absolutely.
like, yeah, you know.
That's great.
I'm with Rick, you know. This cat right here. I mean, like I said, I only had one poster in my room. And my room was probably twice as big as this couch.
Oh, wow.
And that was the first room I had, you know, because before then we was all in one room.
All had to share a room, yeah.
So I finally got blessed with having a room, and it was about big as this couch, and I had Hendrix right over my bed like that.
That's
you know,
beautiful.
and playing his music, and I was in my whole, you know, in my whole thing. And then this is another cat. I mean, you know, in that same time period, because we kind of came on in the 70s, but the 60s, these two cats was like, you know, saying, you know, with their music, that you can do anything. And bands were coming up front. See, that's what I was
Absolutely.
saying, the whole thing with changing with just vocalists.
Right.
It wasn't just about playing behind the vocalist. And Jimmy always talked about that. Sly Stone, he was a part of that.
Larry Graham was with him.
Larry, I mean, you know, it was a change that was going on that I don't think nobody was looking for, but it happened. You know, it just happened. This was so
This is.
awesome.
I love
Thank you,
talking
man.
music with you, and I love hanging out with you. I'm DJ Lance Rock. We'll see you next time.
And don't forget, it's still about mom and pop stores, and this is a mom and pop thing. They got everything you want right here at Amoeba, baby.
They sure do.
Giving up the funk and everything else on the one, baby. Wind me up!
Check this out. Little girl came up to me the other day. She said, the phone getting ready to blow.
Amoeba.
This is on.